Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Mawile here in the Remix Cup. It has been a while since we've used our Shadow Mawile, so let's go ahead and dust it off and have a little fun here. We're going to be pairing it up with Whiscash as well as Shadow Lapras for a few battles, and then we're going to swap out that Shadow Lapras for Shadow Cradily, and then that's going to be the team for the remainder of the video here. Whiscash does have higher attack IVs. I chose to do that, so if we go into a mirror match, we're going to be able to win that CMP, in which it is going to be occurring quite frequently. And by the way, folks, if you can tell in some sort of a audio quality increase, or hopefully not a decrease, I did get my new microphone in today, so let me know if it does sound any better. And please give it a thumbs up if it did improve. Now, I am going to have to kind of learn how to talk a little differently, because I did just do I did a clean one and done almost for this whole video for about up to 15 minutes. And it's like about 17 minutes of content. I go back to listen to it. I'm thinking to myself, I did all these mic checks, right? Making sure I sound good. But then what I did when I started at that time is I speaked a little louder. And since this microphone is so nice, it sounded really horrible. It just sounded like I was screaming right into the mic. So got to learn how to cool it and learn how to deal with amazing equipment. I'm used to, working with, ghetto crap, cheap equipment. So now that I've got this nice Rode mic, plug and play. It's got the USB plug right into my phone. If you're not aware, I do everything from my phone. All right, so we got a nice long battle up against this Chansey here, in which we're going to be able to take the win. And for whatever reason, I did not edit out this next transition here into the next battle, so we're just going to go right into it, folks. So hopefully this does sound good. I'm going to do a little bit of a mic check here, see if it does sound good. All right, I seem to be okay. Just checked the audio and it sounds absolutely amazing. Okay, so we're good to go. Just had to double check. I'm not trying to do this video 3 times in a row and have to delete it. So we had a great lead up against that Alolan Sandslash, and they're going to be swapping into their Dragalge here, and unfortunately we're not going to be shielding up their Outrage, which is going to be enough to take out my Shadow Lapras, the tank. It's going down. So we're going to bring in the Whiscash, as I do want to kind of hold on to that Mawile, and we can absorb these hits a lot better. Unfortunately, they're probably going to have another counter to fire to protect the Shadow Alolan Ninetales, and it is going to be a dragon. Did I say Ninetales? Alolan Sandslash. My bad. So we're going to go ahead and get that off and swap into our Mawile here, knowing that they're probably going to throw Breaking Swipe. We'll let that go. So our attack has been dropped. They bring in their Sandslash, and we're just going to go ahead and go to town here. Shield up this. I don't care if it's Ice Punch. I didn't really. We got to hold on to all of our energy. Going to go straight for the Iron Head, and I do believe they're going to be letting this go. And Shadow Mawile is taking the win for us up against that Haxorus. All right, looking good. Next battle. Good or bad lead? This is going to be kind of a neutral one. It's not so great. It's not so bad. Yes, we do resist both of the charge moves, Rock Slide, Stone Edge, and Grass Knot, but it's still going to be doing a decent amount because we're Shadow Mawile, pretty much almost at half health now at this point, with a couple of quick moves and a Rock Slide. Going for a Power Punch to vamp up our Fire Fang, and they're going to be swapping as soon as I get that off and bringing in a Dragonair. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in my Lapras here, and we'll let this go. Body Slam or Aqua Tail. Okay, no problem at all. Going to throw the Aqua Tail ourselves, or sorry, the Surf, as we can bring them down a little bit lower. And then we're getting to the next one, but it didn't let me tap it. And it wasn't like we were there, but we went down right at the same time. This game really, there's something right there. Okay, there's an excuse. I won't drag it on, but damn it. All right, so we have our Whiscash out here. We're not in a good position, really, so let's see if we can pull this around, or hopefully there's something in the back that the Mawile is going to be able to handle. We'll have to see here. So swapping into it so we can start building up energy, and they're bringing in a Drapion, so we can deal with this. We're not resisting the poison, but it is going to be kind of neutral. At this point, it doesn't matter because we had no health. We got to shield up whatever they throw at us, which is going to be a crunch, not very effective, and we're able to take them out before they get to the next charge move. Go for a Power Punch, and that's about a wrap here, folks. And we're taking the win. Let's go. All right, next battle. Good or bad lead here? What are we going to see? Or neutral? Carbinks. Okay. So this is actually kind of good for me. Iron Head is 4 times effective because they're Rock and Fairy. Okay, so any of that's going to just pretty much one-shot them, right? They're going to be shielding up that first one, unfortunately. Power Up Punch plus the Fire Fang could start to add up, obviously. But we're not going to do that because I kind of wanted to just get their shields. We'll let this next one go here and potentially look out for them trying to swap. There it is, bringing in an Arachnoid. And we don't necessarily have a great answer to that. So we're just going to go ahead and bring in our Lapras to see what we can do here. We're just going to go straight for the Skull Bash. Now, since we've already gotten a shield out of them, that'd be great if they give me this shield too. Alright, but they're letting it go, which is also good. Technically, I would want them to let it go. Bring them down as low as possible because we do not have a direct counter to that. At least Mawile would have been, but it's already pretty much out. So we're going to bring it in here. We're risking it all. Going for the Power Up Punch to vamp up our attack, and they're shielding up a damn Power Up Punch, folks. Let's go. Going for the next one here because some damage is better than none. Well, we're taking them out still. Are you freaking kidding me? They're shieldless. They bring in a Dragonair, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to let this go. Go for the Blizzard. Carbinks is screwed. That thing takes a minute to get to any sort of charge move, and we resist the quick move, so that's pretty much a wrap here. Yeah, they're backing out. We're taking the win. One Mud Bomb wouldn't have been enough. So they could have put up a little bit of a fight, but it was pretty much a wrap. Next battle, met with a Cofagrigus. This is not great. See, here's the thing about Shadow Mawile, or Mawile in general, is at least when you're running Fire Fang in this situation here, it's either a decently neutral matchup, something you're really good against, something you're very good against. But if it's a kind of a, situation like that, it's not too great. But as I'm yapping my mouth off here, I still take the win because I called the Dark Pulse. Are you kidding? Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. All right, so we have a great matchup here. We did what we needed to do. They're bringing in a Drifblim here, and we're going to go ahead and bait them. I was thinking if they don't shield this up, that's bull. All right, exactly. Shielding that up, and that's a Shadow Drifblim, by the way. All right, so we haven't seen a Flame Mystical Fire yet on this thing. That's the first time I've seen somebody use that in Go Battle League. All right, so Mystical Fire it is. Sounds good. I think I'd like to deal with that more so than Icy Wind, to be honest with you. And we're going to go ahead and shield up this next one here. And they are shieldless at this point. We get to the Rock Slide. Now they're dropping our attack. That's okay. We're still doing a lot of damage to them. Wait a minute. Does Mystical Fire do that? Is that the attack drop? So another one, and yeah, attack drop every time. Okay, all right, and they're going to be swapping into their Stunfisk, and we're going to immediately bring in our Whiscash here, realizing that I really can't take too much more of those charge moves, or at least not even another one I start to throw here. And we're going to not hit all these because I wanted to farm a little extra. Okay, actually, no, here's the thing. I don't throw either because I want to farm with the Cradily, so we have a Rock Slide. Oh, we already have one. I was over strategizing. Oops. Okay, I almost risked the game here. So we already have a Rock Slide and we take the win. Nice, looking good. Moving it on to our next opponent. What are we going to see here? A Dragonair. Okay, this is fine. Now, even though Fire Fang is resisted, it's still doing a decent amount. And it's farming at a decent rate. It's not the worst thing around. But that's not good. Aqua Tail bringing us into the yellow after a few more Dragon Breaths. And they're letting it go. Ironhead one-shotting. Okay, bringing in double. This is a great situation, winning the matchup without having to use a shield and or debuff ourselves. As a matter of fact, we're going to buff our attack right here. Body Slam is going to take us out at this point. It is not going to be very effective, but yeah, it's still enough. And we're going to go ahead and bring in Whiscash here. Because we don't want to take that double kick damage. Now, we could go with Cradily, but more than likely they're not going to be going with Wild Charge. So they will have payback to hit the Shadow Cradily, which is going to do a decent amount. Although we will resist the Body Slams. I was very tempted to try to catch here, but unfortunately my timing was off, so I'm going to have to use a shield. And we're not in the best position around. So now we're going to go ahead and swap. And now we're going to find out if they have, or we're not. They're going to be swapping into their Toxapex. And at this point, they do have a decent amount of energy on that double. So we have to keep that in the back of our mind. Getting to the first Grass Knot up against this thing here. We're going to be doing a ton of damage to that, even though it is a tank. Now, it's not taking super effective damage from the grass because of the poison, but it's still doing a decent amount, as you've seen here. And we're also getting stabbed from it. And we're also going to be Shadow, so it's just damage stacked on top of damage. And we're taking them out, forcing them to throw on their double, otherwise we would have quick moved them down. And we're going to take the win with the Cradely's quick move damage. Looking good. Moving it on to the next opponent. Show me a good... Oh, it's this one. Shadows... Galarian Zapdos. All right. Yeah, in another 10 years maybe. So we got a Galarian Zapdos out here. I get jealous every time I see one of these damn things, I swear. I just love the way it looks. Alright, so we're having a double KO. Now, they had energy. They were just hoping they would farm me down. Nah, you used a shield and you did... and they back out because they had a bad matchup in the middle. I don't blame them. But we're taking out that Galarian Zapdos with our Mawile. That's one on the list for Mawile for the Galarian birds. Let's go, baby. I think it's actually taken out a Galarian Moltres before. All right, Athena, I know you're sleeping very well, baby, but you gotta not snore, sweetheart. Not right now. It's a rainy day and she's enjoying her sleep. We went on a very long hike yesterday, so she's kind of still recovering from that. Yeah, she's snoring. So if you hear that, that's her. Okay, anyways, moving it along here. What do we got going on? This double, although on my road mic, oh my goodness, every time I look at it, I'm just like, damn, I got this. It's very good, and I don't think you're going to be hearing too many outside noises. I don't think that was a problem before, but even better now. All right, so Cradily up against Carbings. Oh, another Carbings. Love to see it. And they've got a Shadow Quagsire in the back. You know what's funny about Shadow Quagsire is its eyes don't look different. It's just still little beady eyes, little derpy eyes. So we go for Blizzard here. We're doing a ton of damage to that Shadow Quagsire. A Mud Bomb is not going to KO, but I do think it's time to start using these shields here because, well, I mean, we've got 2 left. And after we do shield that, they realize that's a wrap. And we're taking that win and moving it on to our next opponent. What are we going to see here, folks? Oh, hell yeah. Alolan Sandslash. Perfect. Beautiful. And they're going to be swapping into a Mandibuzz. Now, we do have Whiscash that can handle the Sandslash. So I do believe we're going to want to stay here for a second. Oh, we want to try to get a shield. And they're going to let this go. I remember this specifically because it pissed me off so badly. All right, and swapping into our Cradily to try to recover this. If we went for Iron Head, that would have been amazing. But they called the damn Power-Up Punch. Or they just didn't really fear losing that matchup, or they just knew that the Play Rough was not going to do enough, although, yeah, it wouldn't have at full health. All right, anyways, Cradily, what's going on here? Going for a Rock Slide. We're taking the win after they shielded it up, and then they let it go down. Sounds good to me. Now, a lot of times when that does happen, don't think to yourself that they don't know what they're doing, because that could potentially be being them trying to make you use up your energy. Simple as that. Doesn't mean, oh, they weren't counting. Yeah, maybe they just want you to use double charge moves so you have no energy when they bring in their next Pokemon. I know I personally do that sometimes. All right, so we have a Jellicent. This will, take out the team pretty much if we do not have our Cradily here. Although Whiscash will put up a fight. That this little fish here, this little mud boy, does not screw around. So we're going to go ahead and call that Surf. Couldn't believe it. Still have 1 shield left. We're going to call this one too. Let's go. Mawile in the back with yellow health, ready to go at a moment's notice here. Getting to the Mud Bomb, getting the last shield, swapping in a Mawile. And, oh, we are not able to farm them down, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just shield this up, obviously. And then immediately hit the Iron Head here. And Mawile is going to be able to finish it off up against that Sandslash. And we take the win. We better. We had a good lead. Are you kidding me? We better win that. Next one, Cresselia. Good lead for Mawile. Unless they actually no, nothing that thing can do is going to hurt us. Like, it's going to add up eventually, but we resist everything. So anyways, they're going to be swapping into their double, and we're going to go ahead and bring in our Whiscash. And that payback's not fun. At this point, we're screwed because a Body Slam is essentially going to take us out. Well, it's not. But they're going to be able to farm us down at that point, leaving them with a decent amount of energy to just keep on spamming our next Pokemon. Hitting the Blizzard and then landing it, let's go. Body Slam will KO, unfortunately, here. They've used a shield, so have I, but they're going to be winning the swap. At least we're taking them out without them throwing a charge move at us. And they've got a Dunsparce. Okay, well, Drill Run's going to essentially almost KO us, so we're going to have to go ahead and throw that energy, getting off the Iron Head, bringing them down below half, and bringing in Cradily here. Since we're grass, the Drill Run's really not going to do that much, as well as Dunsparce not getting stabbed from it being an only normal type while that's a ground. Going for the Rock Slide, and they're going to be using a shield. Sounds good, and we're going to let this go because that Drill Run really didn't do too much, and we really don't have to worry about it. Bringing in a Cresselia, though. Now, does this damn Cresselia... Oh my gosh, this Cresselia is still almost at full health. But that's alright because we still have Mawile in the back. So what we want to do is go for the harder hitting move, which is going to be the Grass Knot here, doing a lot of damage to that Cresselia. Oh, we're going to let this go. Oh, you better believe it. Abso-freaking-lutely. Now we're going to farm them all the way down here. They're going to get to another charge move, but we're going to let this go, no problem at all. And we're going to take the win up against that Dunsparce here. And they're going to back out. looking good. And we're moving it on to our next opponent, Mawile, taking those wins for us here. Next battle met with a Pidgeot. Sounds good to me. They're going to be swapping into Whiscash, and we're going to go ahead and bring in that Cradily ASAP, going for a Grass Knot here. Now, I figure they're going to let this go, but they're going to be putting up a fight. As a matter of fact, I do believe they're going to be double shielding this so that they can come back in here, or not come back in here, so they can win the swap. Period, because they didn't have a good lead with the Mawile up against a Flyer. So we're going to be shielding up that Blizzard, which is good. You know, we made them, you know, shielded up all that energy that they just used and taking them out. All right, never mind. This is not going to be the double shielder. All right, so we're winning the swap. They're bringing back that Pidgeot. We're going for the Rock Slide. We're getting their last shield. Unfortunately, not getting to the next Rock Slide here. And this Feather Dance will be enough to KO because we're Shadow. Bringing in Mawile. Now, their best bet is to probably go for a Brave Bird here. Although they could fake us out and go for a Feather Dance. That's what they're doing here. And then go for a Brave Bird, but they lowered our attack by 2 stages, which is pretty smart, which is going to allow them to stay alive to get to the Brave Bird here, or retreat with energy and bring in a Quagsire while they were trying to catch something. But we're going to hold on to that energy and bring in our Whiscash here, still holding on to 1 shield, and we're going to let that Mud Bomb go. Stone Edge is not very effective, so that's not going to be within their best interest, so they're going to keep on spamming that Mud Bomb, which is new for the season that we did get here for the Quagsire. Landing the Blizzard, and at this point all we have to do is get the Mud Bomb off, and we're looking good. That Pidgeot's so low on health, we're going to be able to quick move it down at this point with the Whiscash, and that's exactly, oh, nope, they back out before we're able to finish them off, and we take that win there. Looking good, folks. Let's keep it moving. What are we going to see? Show me something good. A Carbinks again. Okay, sounds good. They don't like that. They're going to swap, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Cradily here. Now, although we're part grass, we're still going to be part rock, so it's not going to be all bad, and we're Shadow, so even if they lower our attack by 2 stages, it's kind of like they've only lowered it by 1, although they are going to be able to survive. So at this point, they're going to have to shield it up if they do want to, and they are, and we're going to be able to outpace them. Now, I think we're going to go, do we call this again? Yeah, we call the Brave Bird. Hell yeah, let's go. Getting to the Rock Slide here. Let's see it. Do you want to double shield your Pidgeot? And they do not. They let it go. Sounds good. Fantastic. And we're still looking great with 2 full health Pokemon, and the Cradily still looking pretty healthy here. Not able to get to the charge move before they get to theirs here. Going to be hitting me with a Leaf Blade, bringing in Lurantis, and we're bringing in Mawile to have a lot of fun. Now we know they're going to go for a superpower. We're going to let this go, and we're waiting for a swap as soon as they get that off, bringing back that Carbinks, and we're going to go for the 4 times effective Iron Head. And look, oh, it does not one-shot. It does a lot of damage, but it doesn't one-shot. There's your Mawile's return, folks. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!